Okay. Okay. I think I'm live. I believe I'm live. Am I live? Show me the money. I am live. Okay. Right. So, some breaking news has just come out. Liverpool. Hang on, let me fix this before we. Let me get settled in before we break this news. Okay. Well, this was an evening I didn't expect, to be honest with you. Um. So, good evening, lads. uh, what is this about? Well, this is about WATARU Endo. So Liverpool have apparently put an official bid in for the Japanese midfielder WATARU Endo. He is a midfielder for Japan. He's the captain, I believe, and he's also the captain of Stuttgart, I believe. He is an out-and-out defensive midfielder. Um, you'll have to bear with me. I'm only just hearing about this guy for the first time ever, so bear with me. What do we normally talk about? Right. So, he is 30 years old. That is a bit of a concern when I first read this. But took a minute and I thought, you know what? It's probably more of a squad option than anything else. It's probably a safety right now so that we can't go into, so we're not continuing to go into any more games without a DM. It looks like he's actually very good according to a lot of people. Now, I know a lot of people will probably be a bit annoyed about this signing, especially because a week ago we were looking at £110 million 21-year-old Caicedo, and a week later we've got 30-year-old £5 million WATARU Endo. But don't panic. I feel like it's just a squad option and a bit of a safety signing, so to speak. I can't see this being the last bit of business we do. If it is, oh my god! But I don't see it being that much. To be honest, I don't see it being the last bit of business to do that we do. So let's have a look at him and see what he's about. Basically, so he is 30 years old. He is quite tall. He's 1.78 meters, which, if you bear with me, I'll find out what that is in inches and feet. It is 5'8", which isn't very tall, although apparently he does win a lot of aerial headers, so I'll have to pull up his stats now as well. Because people will need reassuring on this guy for sure. So, as I said before, he is at Stuttgart, which is a Bundesliga team. He currently plays his main position as defensive midfield. He can play centre back and he can play centre mid. His market value, according to Transfer Market, is 6.5 million euros, which probably equates to £5 million. I can see you guys comment there. Might be one of them. Him and Decore. Would you be happy in the midfield with then Anasio? If it's Endo, someone like Decore, Anasio, and then that's it for now, and then we go and get Andre in like January, I would be happy with that. Yeah, I think that would be a very good, combination. I think we would definitely need someone who's a lot more experienced than number 6 role. Well, not experienced because he is very experienced, but we would need someone who's future-proofing us. He's obviously not got to be that player because he's 30 years old. If we got someone like Decore, he's probably going to be the one that mainly plays for us in that situation, and then we can fall back on Endo. We do need a left-sided centre-back, so Anasio would be that. And then we could always look to get Andre in the winter and get, look to have Endo as a squad player. So yeah, if it's Endo, someone like Decore, and then an Asho for now, and then Andre in the winter, I'd be fine with that. WATARU Endo, haha, I'm in shock. Surely we're getting another DM too. I think we are. I don't think this is like the long term plan here. I don't. It's a shock signer from nowhere. It's a very good deal as well. He's only valued at 6.5 million euros, which is not a lot. It's 5 million. If we go from like 110, I said this before. If we go from 110 million pound Caicedo to 5 million pound Wataru Endo as the long term fix for this club, it's not. We're done. We're done. We're endoed. So I believe we are got to get someone else. Yes, 5'8" is considered tall. Is he? Is 5'8" considered tall? No way. No, that's like 5'8" like average, surely. Is he coming as backup? I think he is. I think for now he will obviously be our DM because we've got no one else there. But I think once we've got other people in, we will definitely look to rely on him as backup more than anything else. I'd be happy as well. That's good. The thing I fear about this is because no one knows him and because it's come from nowhere and people will just look at his age and look at his market value, people will go, oh, I can't believe it. It's blah, blah, blah. He wants to join us and it's going to demoralise him. So I think he's actually a very good player from what I can see of a lot. I don't know him. I haven't seen Stuttgart play, but a lot of people are saying he's actually a really solid player. So if he's what I think he is, which is a squad player, but for now, just a guarantee that we've got someone there, then I think this is a great signing. We have Bajcetic, though. Bajcetic is for the long term, though. He's not going to be, like, I don't think we'll stunt Bajcetic's growth with this signing. I think this is just so we've got someone of experience in, because right now, we'd only have Bajcetic. So, and I can't see him staying long term as well. We've just got rid of, I think, 33-year-old Henderson. And this is basically, put it this way, he could be like the Milner, the Japanese Milner, maybe, is what we've referred to him as the group chat. But I think he actually might be a little bit better than that, to be honest. But anyway, wait, is he 30? He is 30. Yes, he is 30. That is the. I was a bit shocked when I saw that myself, to be honest. I think Endo is a very good player. It sounds like he is. A lot of people have said, don't panic, he's a very good, solid player. A lot of experience. He captains the Japanese team, and he apparently captains Stuttgart as well, so I think that would bring a lot of, wisdom to his game. And we saw against Chelsea, we definitely needed that. We didn't have anyone that was confident in their defensive action, so I think he's going to be he'll at least solidify and sort out the problem short term, and I don't think we're done, so I think we're going to probably get someone else in, and they'll then be the success plan going forward. No word on what the actual bid is yet, but I am keeping an eye out. I'd imagine it's somewhere around 5 million. I think he's underrated because he's from Japan. A lot of Japanese players suffer from that, really. A lot of Japanese players are actually really good, but people underrate them because they're not in Europe, I think. You've got like, oh god, what's his name? Well, I'm not talking about him, but we had Takumi Minamino, and I actually think he was a really good player, but we just didn't give him enough opportunity. I don't think he would have displaced anyone in the front three at the time, but I think he was a really good player. And a lot of the Japanese national team are actually really good as well. I can't remember. There's another guy who lit it up during the World Cup who was amazing. I can't remember his name now. Let's have a look. To be fair, this means no one will pull our pants down because we're desperate. That is another thing I wanted to say. Yeah, this is just so we can't be overcharged for anyone else now because we can. I mean, I don't want to, but we technically could, say we don't need you to. We don't need your player. We've got one. I don't want us to finish with just Endo coming in, but it does stop people from being able to overcharge us for other players. To be fair, is he an 8 or a CDM? He is a CDM naturally, but apparently he can play an 8 according to Transfer Market. Anyway, his main position is defensive midfield. His other positions are centre back and central midfield. So it looks like he can do both, but it looks like primarily he's a DM, which I think if it was the other way around, we'd have been screwed. I don't know why we'd be buying a primary 8 but can play DM, especially at 30 years old. Welcome the guy, he'll run forever, it's his big chance, get him in. Yeah, that's another thing. We've just spent 2 weeks trying to get, players who didn't want to be here and had our pants pulled down. So this guy actually wants to be here. He's like forcing it through because according to Fabrizio Street, this is like the biggest move of his career. So I don't think Stuttgart will stop him. I don't think he'll have any regrets about wanting to get this move done. So I think it'll be good. Makes sense. Good analysis. Thank you. He's there for experience reasons. I think so. I think he's there just to stop the boat from rocking, so to speak. I don't know if that's the right term, but we're shaky defensively, and I think he's just there to settle everyone down and make sure people are calm and people know that they've got a defensive player behind them. I don't think he's the long-term option, but I think he's going to settle some nerves, at least. He's a machine. That's good to know. It's nice to see people in the chat that actually... Well, first off, hi guys. It's nice to actually see a load of people join. It's great getting interaction from you guys. But also, it's great to see people who join who actually know this player. It's great to see that people rate him so much because I was a bit worried at first. I was like, oh no. I kind of had that little sing and feel myself. I was like, oh no, 30 years old, 5 million market value. Is this going to be one of those like panic buy kind of things? But everyone was saying, don't panic. He looks a solid player. Why not sign Scott McTominay? Because United would, first off, don't want Scott McTominay. Secondly, United would never ever do business with us. So, yeah, that's why we don't sign Scott McTominay. He can play centre-back also, yeah, I believe so. I don't know how good he is as centre-back, but apparently he can play centre-back as well. I don't think he's the answer to our left-sided centre-back solution, to our question, no. I think we do still need someone left-sided centre-back. Well, actually, he's right-footed, so he's definitely not. He's the heart of the Japanese national team midfield. Japan is a very strong team. Yeah, a lot of people, someone said this before in the chat, a lot of Japanese players go underrated, and it's a bit of a shame, really, because I think it's the mold's starting to break, and a lot of people are seeing that Japanese players are actually quite good, but they're still trying to break that stereotype, I believe. So it's one of those. I think he'll do well for us. I think he's a solid option. I don't know what else to say, really. He just is a solid option by the sounds of it. Celtic has some good Japanese players. Yeah, that's true. They have Kyogo and Ryo Hatate, don't they? And I actually used to sign Ryo Hatate on my career mode a lot because he actually had a high potential. But yeah, Kyogo looks a player, and I've not seen much of Hatate since the move. But yeah, it looks like he's got some potential in him. It looks like he's talented. 6.9 million apparently. Oh, okay, so I mean more than I expected. But is that sorry, Josiah? Do you know if that's euros or pounds by any chance? The 6.9 million. If it's pounds, that's a bit more than I expected. If it's euros, that's not too bad. What would 6.9 million euros be? £5.8 million. Okay, so that's not too bad. Lower than the or just over the market value for him, but ultimately still like dirt cheap. I've had a very high opinion on Endo. Watch Japan's comeback versus Germany and Qatar, and he dominates that holding mid position. Honestly, I feel like this is why we went live with this, right? Because first of all, we wanted to test the live features of Cop Logic. So if you're here and you're new to the channel and you haven't seen us before, make sure you subscribe. We actually do a lot of videos covering our transfers. We've just had a meltdown on our last video about what happened with the Caicedo and Lavia drama. So make sure you subscribe. But we wanted to basically guarantee everyone that this is probably not long-term solution. This is probably just short stop, signing to stop people from ripping us off and make sure for the Bournemouth game at the very least that nerves are settled. We don't want to keep using McAllister's at number 6. Definitely not. We want him playing further up, and we don't want to keep dropping Gakpo into the midfield. So with this player, if we can get him in quick enough, we can absolutely start playing him pretty much immediately and try and just get him to do a short-term job for now. I think he'll still do that very well, and then bring in someone else to eventually succeed him. If we can get this dude, then Kone, Thuram, and Andre in January, perfect. Andre will bang in the Premier. I think Andre will be a good signing, but it looks like we'd have to wait until January for that. Thuram and Kone, yeah. Well, yeah, actually, with the options we've got left, we've not got many. Thuram, I think I would definitely take. Kone, I'd struggle to see where Kone would how often we'd get him in the team, because we've got McAllister. In this scenario, we'd have McAllister, Thuram, Szoboszlai, Endo, Thiago, Bajcetic, Curtis, Harvey. I think that's it. And then you'd have to add Kone on top of that, and it's like, when is he getting a game, really? Because we don't want to stunt anyone's growth. We don't want to stop playing Harvey Elliott. We probably don't want to stop playing Curtis Jones. We'll want to use Thiago as much as possible, I imagine, as well as McAllister and Szoboszlai. But yeah, I can't see us doing all three of those, Charlie, but I could see us doing two of them. I think we still do need a left-sided centre-back, though. Is he left-footed? No, he's right-footed. So I think this is not... this is what I mean. I don't think he's the answer to our left-sided centre-back solution. Question. Sorry, I keep doing that. I think this is just like a stopgap thing, so we can at least have someone for the immediate sort of thing. 30 years old, don't think it is happening. I actually think this is happening, to be honest. Like, he's dead cheap. Yes, he's 30 years old, but it's not long term. He's... why is my camera just not focused? There we go. He's not... he's a solid player from what everyone's saying. He'll definitely settle on the nerves immediately. He'll come in and he'll be able to, slot straight in. There'll be no high expectation for him to immediately come in and start banging in goals kind of thing. I think this will happen. It seems like a very Liverpool of old. The only difference being that we've signed someone that's older, but that's because we got rid of so many players, I think. I heard the surprising news from Japan. Oh, have we got Japanese fans watching us? If we have, Ohio, I think. Is it morning? Is it morning in Japan? I think it should be. At 28, he's got the experience, plus he's the captain of Stuttgart. Another Minamino in terms of no long-term loss. If he isn't up to scratch, we could easily get our money back. Well, I think, first of all, he's 30, but I agree with you, he's got the experience. He's the captain of Stuttgart. He's also captain of the Japan national team. He is no long-term solution. And if he isn't up to scratch, I don't think we'll get our money back, but I don't think we'll be bothered if we lose it because it's that cheap. That's what I'll say on that one. Liverpool wanted to sign Jesper Lindstrom from Frankfurt. I mean, I heard that name like a couple of years ago. I don't know if we still currently do. We've not had any recent links to him, from what I've heard. Can play left-sided centre-back as well, by the way. If he can play there, then maybe. But I don't think he's going to... I think we still need another left-sided centre-back anyway. I don't think he's definitely not long-term solution for our DM option. He's definitely not going to play the left-sided centre-back. Considering he's right-footed and 5'8". But, He's 5'6". Short sales in Japan will... Oh, shared sales in Japan will exceed 50 mil. He's 5 to 6 million. Shared sales in Japan will exceed 50 million. It's nice to see that we've got we're tailoring back to our Japanese fans again. Since Minamino left, they've been kind of gutted, to be honest. And me and James, who actually run this channel, we're off to Japan in October as well. So that'll be good if we can get if he does well and we can get a share of him. Japan did well in the World Cup. They did. Do you know what? That's something as well I want to say. From memory, can someone remember? Were Japan a very, oh no, they weren't. I was going to say, were they a very possession-based team? But they weren't. They were actually opposite. But they did well, and that's credit to their defence. And that will be obviously the goalkeeper, the full-backs, the centre-backs, but also Wataru Endo. So, credit where credit's due. Shirt may be short as well. Maybe. I mean, you can't really get name on... Well, actually, can you get name on shorts? I've never actually tried it. Hey, buddy, just watch your show reel, and Endo looks like he knows how to defend and build attacks. Honestly, I love these. First of all, you guys coming into the chat. It's amazing. This is really exciting. This is the first live show we've done for any news coming up. But I also love that people are coming in and giving us their opinion on Endo. Like, it's so fulfilling. And it's also very reassuring from a personal point of view to know that this guy that we might be signing or probably will be signing is actually a solid player, when originally probably everyone panicked straight away and was like, we're finished. But if people don't just jump to the gun and react straight away, then we can actually look at the exciting side of it. Szoboszlai, Andre, and McAllister with Kendo and I'm guessing you meant Endo and Thuram. Szoboszlai, Andre, McAllister. Yeah, I'd take that. So we basically finish with getting Andre, Thuram, and now Endo. I do think we still need a centre back though, left-sided centre back or left-footed centre back. Other than that, I think that's good. I think that's a good team or a good midfield. The thing is, though, Andre wouldn't be able to come till probably January by the looks of it, unless we just pay the release clause, which Jorg is a fan of doing, so maybe we do, but we'll have to wait and see. Ibrahim Sangare from Eindhoven, 191 centimetres, good stats. Yeah, he's also got a release clause as well. The video we just did last on our channel, I actually spoke about some of our options that we've got left. Endo was not one of them, but Sangare was, and apparently he's got a £32 million release clause, so he could be good for us as well if we get him. He's decent. Oh, I love these comments. We need Frimpong at right back. Oh, that's not a name I've heard for a while. Move Trent into mid, also solves the homegrown issue. Why is Frimpong young? That's by the way, that's what I want to mention as well. Endo is the only downside to getting Endo in is that we have 2 non-homegrown spots, and this takes up one of them. So unless we sell someone else that's non-homegrown, or someone that's under, I think he's a 21, 22, then we can only get one more signing. Which, to be fair, might be all we need right now. If we can just get an actual, long-term successor to the DM role, someone like Czech Decore, then I think we can go up until January at the very least, and then get the left-sided centre-back in January, and then maybe Andre to reinforce as well. Frimpong. How old are you? He's 22. Is it 21 or 22 to qualify as non-homegrown? As a homegrown, sorry. Apparently we're going for Amrabat, and Endo is actually 5'10". Oh, is he? Well, I know you shouldn't really rely on Google for your stats, but apparently it says he's 5'8". Height. Let's have a look. 1.78 meters, which is apparently 5'8". Don't know. Do we need a striker? We definitely don't need a striker. Our attacking options right now are blessed. Like, we've got Jota who's quite prolific. Darwizi who's sick on the ball, who's sick with the ball. Gakpo who can shoot a strike. We've got Diaz who can strike. We've got Salah who is just unreal. We don't need a striker. Apparently he's very short but good in the air. Yeah, I seen that as well. Apparently he wins like 60% of his aerial duels. And I think that's something we lack at the moment in our midfield, is we don't have enough. I mean, that might change. We've only played one official game with Szoboszlai in our midfield. It's 6-1, I think. But last year we didn't have a very tall midfield, and we didn't win a lot of headers in midfield. And I actually think that's one of those things that's like you wouldn't think would be so crucial to a game, but it can be. For people, like, if the defense is clearing balls or whatever and it's going into the midfield and we can win headers, we might be able to turn possession over quicker. How many seasons can we get out of a 30-year-old Endo who is unproven in the league? Unfortunately, I don't really know how fit this guy is because I don't watch Stuttgart. I think he can probably do what we need him to do if we get someone else in, like Decore, or Amrabat, or Fofana, or anyone that's younger, really. I think he could do the job. I don't know much about Endo, but his stats in the last 3 years are insane. He's probably been the best DM in the Bundesliga since 2020 to 2021. Wow. I mean, that's some praise. If if that's the guy we're signing, how is he only 6.5 mil? No, hang on. Best DM in Bundesliga since 2020 to 2021. Was Kimmich still playing DM then, or is he doing this kind of weird like thing where he now wants to be an 8, or the Bayern are trying to make him an 8 or something? Anyway, the fact that he's willing to say that he's the best DM since 2020 to 2020, 2021 season, that's some, that's some rep. Heard a rumour about a young player named Patrick Drogo from Leach. I've not heard anything. Don't know what position he plays. Apparently received permission to travel to Merseyside, watch some vids with him. In fairness, he's a good short-term solution. That's basically this whole live stream is to relax people and say, look, it doesn't look great when you look at the surface, but if you actually scratch it a little bit, you can see he's, apparently a beast in DM for Stuttgart, and actually for the national team as well, Japan national team. And he's a short-term solution for us. But there's no way we're ending this window with a 30-year-old being our main solution to the issue. Good to see he's got permission to travel. I don't think Stuttgart would get in the way of that kind of thing. Stuttgart, not to disrespect Stuttgart in any way, but when Liverpool come knocking for one of the players, especially at 30 years old, you force that move through in any degree you can. They're all running and got out of tough group. I think they got to the quarters. Oh, so they're okay. So they're very like physical team, not physical, but stamina based team. That makes sense. To be fair, if they were low possession, they'll always have to be chasing the ball. So that makes sense. Which is quite good for longevity for him in that case. Do you think Liverpool filled Sadio Mane's place? Yes, but not with one player. I think between Diaz and Jota, we've got what we need. But don't forget, by the way, I think Mane was on a bit of a decline when he left. Like, we moved him to centre forward, and he became good for a bit. I don't know what happened to Bayern, but I think he was on the down anyway. I think just the temporary change to centre forward gave him a bit of extra, motivation to try and prove people wrong, but ultimately he got sold anyway. 1.78 meters is actually equivalent to 5'10". I'll take your word for it. We need a centre back and get rid of Joe Gomez. First of all, we need homegrown players, so getting rid of Gomez would not be a good option. But I think Gomez probably either needs more opportunity to get back to form, because in 1920 season he was unreal, but obviously he's not had much game time, and even when he has had the game time, he's not really showing that form ever again. But if he either gets more time, I don't know when, not in the Premier League because we can't afford to drop points, we need top 4. He might be able to get back to it, but otherwise he might need to take a step down in the pecking order. And a backup right back. We do need a backup right back, I think. But I think actually Gomez could be the backup right back. I think he's better at it than centre back at this point. I think he could be the rotated right back. I think he's not as fast as he was, but he's still got pace to him, I think. Bro gets fouled a lot. He likes to play long balls. Well, if he gets fouled a lot, that's fine. That breaks up play. If he's just a magnet for fouls like Grealish, we get set pieces, either in dangerous areas or break up play and break up attacks. That's not a bad thing. Playing long balls as well isn't a bad thing. We've got Darwin who can run in behind and receive them. So I think we need a younger DM. I think we'll get one. I think we will get a younger DM. There's no way we end this window with just a 30-year-old Wataru Endo being our defensive mid, at least long term. He's named the midfield maestro in the Bundesliga. We have nothing to lose anyway. That's true, yeah. We've got no options there, and it's a very cheap buy. The thing is, once we bid for Caicedo, we let everyone in the world know we have £110 million to spend. So we're gonna get overcharged for someone, and this guy is definitely not gonna be that expensive. So I'm absolutely okay with this purchase. Also, a backup right back for Trent. Yeah, I think short term that could be Gomez. Maybe long term, but it depends on how he plays. But I think we probably do need a right back. Saudi Pro League affecting EPL. Is it? I don't know. Maybe. Endo is Japanese national team captain too. We're collecting captains, I guess, this season. Oh god, yeah. Well, we were already a squad filled with quite a lot of captains and leaders, so it's just another one to add to the collection. He'll be a squad player just until we get someone with quality over the line. If he plays good as Henderson, I'm okay with it. Well, if I think by the sounds of it, he'll be better than Henderson, at least towards the end, anyway. Um, Everyone's saying he's a bit of a beast. Someone called him the midfield maestro before and claims that a lot of people refer to him as that. Hope it's true they're only going to pay 1.7 mil for him. Is that an update? Has anyone said a price yet? Bear me a second. I'm just going to try and see if I can get any more information for you guys. Okay, so it's David Ornstein that's reported that Endo has permission to travel to Merseyside. So it looks like this is happening. Oh, that's another point as well. If he wins aerial duels, he's good. He's a good jumper, and Szoboszlai corner, Wataru Endo header. Could be a good duo there. I can't see anything about price though, unfortunately. 1.7 mil would be a steal, by the way. If it's 1.7 mil, I don't think it will. It looks. Someone mentioned before 6.9, which if that's euros, that's 5.8 mil. 6.5 mil is Endo's fee. Okay, that's also his market value, which, well, in euros it is anyway. Either way, it's gonna be under 7 mil, which is not like, that's not a bad. That's not, even if he doesn't work out too well. If he's just a short term solution, we don't care about losing 7 mil. 30 years old. He is no better than Hendo. Well, we don't know that yet. Like, he's younger than Hendo, I believe. I think Hendo was 32, wasn't he? And Hendo towards the end was not doing too great. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't watch Stuttgart, so I don't know. But a lot of people have been in the chat saying he's really good. He's a beast. I think the bar is low. If we're comparing him to Henderson right now, the bar is low. Getting him in is not the problem, but will he be able to perform for the expectation of the fans? Well, I think if people look into it properly and see he's short term, bit of a stopgap, I would say. He's only meant to calm. He's just an option for us right now. Like, he's just so we can get someone who can do that position. Someone is better than no one, surely. And there was first in headed clearances with 43. Okay, so that's it's very good. He sounds a bit like a Jota at the midfielder. He's quite small, or not tall at least, but he can header a ball. I think with a good DM, Gomez may come back to his best. I think with the change in formation and Fabinho decline and Hendo, that had an impact. Yeah, do you know what? I agree with that statement. I think you're probably right there. Gomez was always like our last man back / high line keeper. And I think once people started to decline in front of him, he got a bit nervous and probably let it get to his head a bit. Don't forget, he's also riddled with injury as well. So he probably is a bit, subconsciously, probably a bit scared of overcommitting and getting injured again. From Hendo to Endo. Someone said before on Twitter that Klopp missed Hendo so much that he went and signed Endo. So it's one of those. It's, he was player of the match in Qatar World Cup and a key player in destroying Germany. See, the thing is, I watched a lot of Japanese games in the World Cup, and I can't remember them because it's that long ago. But everyone's saying he played really well in the World Cup. Bit of an underrated hero, but played well. Your short term Liverpool are, see, and no one want to go there. Well, he's coming here. I don't know what to tell you. He wants to come here. He's forced it. He's basically forced it through everything but. New sub, like your shows. Thanks, Will Ferrell. Hit like button, folks. Just not Amrabat, please. Amrabat, the thing is, right, today's been a weird day because we got linked to heavily Decore at the start of the day. Then Amrabat towards like the afternoon, evening, and now we've put a bid in for Endo. And this one's just the most random. This one's came from nowhere, no links whatsoever. But Amrabat would seem to divide the fans a lot. I don't really know what I think. He was good in the World Cup, but I don't know what he's like for Fiorentina. I don't know if he plays any differently, but, you know, if we get a World Cup, Amrabat, I'm fine with it. I just think we might need someone else there as well. Imagine Messi playing in Liverpool. That would never happen. We wouldn't pay those fees, wages. Great news. Liverpool are in the bin. Nothing in the middle like a pack polo. Lol, 30 years DM. Nah. I'd love to know what, team that guy supports. I'd love to know. Just so I could, compare. Because if it's Manchester United and you've got Casemiro's 31. 6.5 or 6.9 because he's still on 1 year contract. Oh, okay, so he should be even cheaper than his market value then. If he's valued at 6.5 and he's only got 1 year on his contract, he should be very cheap. We should have got him for free. Should have just got him to terminate his contract and come for free. In terms of value, he might turn out to be another massive type bargain. He loves the DM role and give it his all. I think so. The thing is as well, he's probably in this position where he's seeing this as the opportunity of his life. Well, he definitely has. That's why he's trying to get it through quick. But we're not gonna have that issue where like Caicedo had other options and Lavia had other options. He's gonna take this for granted and really try and give it his all. I think anyway. He'd be wise too, and I think he will. He's similar to Hendo. Again, we at this point probably shouldn't have sold Hendo, but anyway, I think he'll be just a little bit better than Henderson. I didn't really rate Henderson towards the end. Got rid of old Hendo to bring in old Endo. As long as it's not Amrabat. Wow, you really don't like Amrabat, do you? You really don't like Amrabat? I mean, Amrabat's what, 26? I think I'd want someone a little bit more long term than 26, especially if we're getting Endo now. I don't want us to put all of our money into Endo and Amrabat and then be screwed in like 4 years' time. How many players reject Liverpool? Well, you man thought you were getting Bellingham. Well, people reject Liverpool for money, and that is the issue with the sport right now. That's just the truth of it. And until we get bought by a billionaire, that's just what we've got to live with. That's the truth. But at least we have heart. Players reject teams, absolutely, and especially when the opposite team gives a high wage and an 8-year contract or 20-year contract. And there was the captain for both Stuttgart and Japan national team, and is one of the best CDM in Bundesliga last season. Where does Stuttgart usually finish off in the Bundesliga? Like, are they mid-table or are they a bit higher? Like, let me just have a quick little gander, right? 2020, 2023. Okay, so they were near in relegation. But that might not be Endo's fault specifically. If people are saying he's like the unsung hero of that team, then around stronger players, we might be alright. Liverpool finished. We're just getting started. One thing I know, whoever does come, I trust the recruitment except Amrabat. You've got that, Will. You've got this agenda towards Amrabat, Matt. What's he do? What did he do to you? What did he do? What's he done? Tell me. This is a safe space. Is he good for the age? People have been saying a lot of good stuff about him from what I can see. He looks like a very solid player, good, will play for the badge, will give it his all. Age seems to be the only thing really against him. Fee is cheap, passion for the club. Looks like it would be one of those good, as someone said earlier, it looks like it would be one of those good Matip-esque signings. So, Get him and Decore in at least, please. I agree. Look, this is a short-term solution, but I still would like us to try and get someone in young now. I don't think... Well, maybe he can. I wouldn't like Endo to be the only option we've got until at least January. So I'd like us to just have this now so we can get... Basically, let Endo be that we've got someone right now. We've got a little bit more leeway in terms of making agreements and arrangements with people. And don't forget as well, some clubs towards the end of the deadline will probably reduce expectations a little bit if they've got, replacement players that are ready to come in. We might be able to get someone down if they're just desperate to sell the player for whatever reason. But I think we'll still try anyway. I think we'll probably... It's going to be one of the people we're linked to by the sounds of it. This one just seems like a bit of a short term. Let's get him in. Let me just turn my phone off so that doesn't come through. Get him into core 8. Not my new fan, but Cass is still better and can control the game. I didn't realise you were an average Stuttgart fan. Let me know, Co. Also, what are you doing on a Liverpool fan channel this late at night? You don't got anything better to do? Really? Japanese people in general are hard working and humble. That's very true. That's also very true. Yeah, he'll I can't say in terms of performances because I don't watch Stuttgart, but I feel like in terms of characteristics and personality, he'll do us proud. And there will be smart business since they know how much money we have and other potential candidates will be overpriced. Yes, I think so. I think this is like a bit of a helpful solution for us in that it means people can't ultimately go, you've got no DM, you need this player. I don't think we can maybe get away with it too long. We definitely need to still be looking, but I think it will eliminate some of the pressure. Can Liverpool win an EPL trophy this season? Yeah. We've still got 2 weeks of the transfer window. If we get Endo in and Decore, we only need solidifying the defence. Our goal scorers are insane. We're sort of going back to that that, what is it, 17-18 season where we just outscored everyone and games ended 5-4 to us. It seems like we were going back to that. But if we can get someone in and solidify the defence and stop leaking goals, then there's no reason why we can't win the EPL. The chances go down the more and more we leave this window without a DM. But I think we've still got 2 weeks to do this. So I think we'll be fine. I think we can win it. So we're just going to breeze past the fact that we would have blew the bank on a top player and then get to this. Well, as I've been saying the whole night, pretty much so far, I think this is a short-term solution, just so we've got someone there at least until January. And I think we are going to still be looking to get someone else in. I don't think this is going to be like a panic buy, just what we deal with for the foreseeable. I think this is just a quick solution. And I think we'll still be looking for the long-term solution. Please, the recruitment team should bring in better players, but not Amrabat, please. Wow. Amrabat's divided a lot of people. I don't really have an opinion because I don't watch him enough. I want to look at the stats for him. But World Cup Amrabat was good. He was... maybe not as our main choice, but, he was decent. Think I'm going Japanese. Think I'm going... Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. I just don't see what others do when it comes to Amrabat. I liked Benteke, but didn't want him at Liverpool, and i.e. Benteke. Benteke feelings about him. Oh, I have Benteke feelings about him, and I've seen him play, and his attitude on the pitch isn't... Okay, so he's got maybe attitude problems and Amrabat. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. We also need a left-sided centre-back set back up for Van Dijk. Yeah, we do. Inacio would be my choice. Hopefully we get one. I would just honestly just go if I'm Georg Smagke, we royally embarrassed ourselves with the Caicedo and Lavia drama. So what I would do is go and absolutely go mental. From now on, Endo, get him in. I'd go and get Decore, and then I'd go and get Inacio, and then in January I'd go and get Andre. That's what I'd do. Liverpool also reached for Amrabat behind the scene because they knew AMB gonna reject them. AMB? Who's AMB? Who do you guys think we should sign as a left centre back backup for Van Dijk? Inacio, for me. We're getting value for money if we eventually sign him. Well, it looks like it's going to progress quick. He's already been given permission to travel to Merseyside, and I imagine he's just going to, like, absolutely, like, blitz his way over here and try and complete his medical quick. He probably wants to get in a shirt as soon as possible. Kwanzaa is a good backup. Yeah, I like Kwanzaa, but I don't know how... I don't think it's a good time to be bringing him into the team. We need stability in the defence. Whether the Endo provides that for a little bit or not, I don't know. Kwanzaa, if we were in the prime of our defensive, strength, which was like a couple of years ago, starting to bed Kwanzaa in would be a good idea, but I don't know about right now. I think one bad game and it could knock his confidence massively. But he's built to be a good centre back. Nobody in Liverpool is in need of Amrabat. I mean, a lot of people have been torn on Amrabat. I don't really know. Van Dijk at the back too, lol. KO, just sort your life out, man. What are you doing? I'm not going to ban you because you're ultimately doing me a favour by commenting so much, but what are you doing, man? One thing I'm sure of is he must be a workaholic. We need reinforcements in the team. Well, I think he will be. I think he'll be proud to play in the Liverpool kit. I think he'll give it his all. Even if he knows he's the short-term solution, which he probably does, I think he'll give it everything. As someone mentioned earlier, the Japanese people are actually really hard-working and dedicated. And I think he'll do that. Endo is a good player. Welcome to Liverpool. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm thrilled to see this. I was a bit... The only negative I've got about this, right? The only negative... takes up a non-homegrown spot. That's the only thing. But if we can, get a bit of a departure somewhere to get, an extra non-homegrown, we should be okay. He can do a job. We need a DM. We'll probably get him. Don't let negativity of missing out on targets affect your thoughts on getting Endo. If he signs, we need to back him and give it all the love. 100% agree. What an amazing comment. Absolutely agree. Back him. And I think everyone will. I think once he's in the kit, all the pessimists who go, oh, he's 30, he's too old, oh, blah, 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 I think they'll all disappear, and I think he'll get the backing and love he deserves. And especially because a lot of people sort of underestimate, it's quite easy to become a legend of this club, and that's just if you love it as a player. If we see Endo come in and start playing his heart out until January, or whenever he plays, whenever we get, the long-term solution, I'll love him. I didn't want Caicedo once we knew, he was maybe preferring Chelsea. And I the whole time I was like, I want Lavia because he wanted Liverpool. I don't now because he wants Chelsea, but, at the time I did. Al Hadiouf World Cup was good. Is he... Oh, who was he? Was he... who I think he is? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is. We just need to sign WATARU now and then Andre in January, but we need to sign a centre-back too. Thiago and WATARU is manageable. I don't know, I would like Andre, but I think... I'd like another one. Andre's not going to be that pricey, and he's probably going to be a January signing, by the looks of things. I think if we get Endo now, and we get a Sangare or a Fofana, or I'm not going to say Amrabat because Will's going to have a meltdown, a Decore, then I think we're fine. And a centre back, then I think we're fine for now, and then we can get Andre in the winter, and then also we've got a lot of depth in that position at that point then, and I think that's going to be a good thing, especially if we're playing first off Europa this season, but then next season hopefully Champions League. Not even hopefully, definitely, we're definitely getting Champions League. You guys don't need him. What are you going to do with him? End up fighting for 8th. KO. KO, what team do you support? KO, let me know. Let me know. He's strong, don't give him time to date. Not really confident on this guy. Aged 30, 178 centimeters. Not a strong body. Everyone's raving about him. Everyone is raving about him. Everyone said he's a beast. Everyone, like, he's well respected in the Bundesliga by several reports. I think everyone suffered with that original, and me included, we suffered with that like panic of like, oh my god, we went from £110 million 21-year-old Caicedo in 1 week to £5 million, 30-year-old WATARU Endo, and it looks scary at first. I'm not gonna lie, it looks scary, but I think this is a great opportunity to get someone in. Let's have a look. I think he'll. Yeah, sorry, that was going on about the not confident thing. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be okay. I think we'll see the benefit of him, especially for the price we're bringing him in at, by the looks of things. Man City, Man United, Arsenal, and Newcastle. Who's our main competitor this season? What do you think? Good question. It's not Man City. Man City will be fine. United. For top 4, I think it will be a competition between United. Arsenal, I can see getting in there. Newcastle might struggle, with the Champions League. Brighton, were good last season. Villa look like a strong team. Unai Emery's a brilliant manager as well. I think it's us, United, Arsenal, and Chelsea have to be in that conversation with the amount of money they've spent. They've spent like $1 billion on their squad. If they don't get top 4, if they're not in the race for top 4 or anything, in fact, they should be in a race for the title, to be honest with you, with £1 billion squad. You're having a laugh. You guys know I'm just having a laugh, nothing personal. Don't you backtrack now. Don't you backtrack now. You made your bed, you lying it. KO. I'm watching you. You're too funny. Keep trolling the help site. Keep trolling help the site. Love it. Keep talking, KO. Yeah, KO. Don't you be backing out now. We've got a thing going here. We've got a thing. Thanks, Will, by the way, as well. Loving the sport. In Klopp, we trust believers. You'll never walk alone. Great content on here. Thanks, Mark. Absolutely love the support from everyone, by the way. We're getting loads of great content, chats, going mental. Loving it. It's a great idea to go live. I don't know why we don't do it more. So what are you guys going to try and do this season? We're going for the title, baby. No, for real. Top 4 has to be there. But ultimately, we need like Europa League. We need the Europa League trophy. People hate that. People will probably hate that I say that, but I don't care. Endo can also play centre back. He can, yes, but I don't think we want him there primarily. I wouldn't want him there by the sounds of it, but it might be useful. What about Decore? I hope we can get Decore in. I hope it's Endo and Decore, and then a centre back. Hopefully, I'm happy with that window for now, and then I want to get Andre in January. If he performs brilliantly, I don't see him as a short-term solution. Japanese at 30 are still very strong. Like, I think the oldest player is a Japanese player and still plays brilliantly. King Kazu, yes, he is. Yes, he is. You're absolutely correct. King Kazu, how old is he now? Let's have a look. 56 and he's still playing. You're absolutely correct. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah. King Kazu. Kazuyoshi. 56 still playing. Yeah, if he's got the longevity of King Kazu, happy days. Oh, Sappin and Sam, I just read that was you. Everyone hating on Amrabat but praising Endo's World Cup performance. Amrabat did so much more in that Morocco team. It's a fair point. It's a fair point. It's a very fair point. But to be fair, also there is a lot of people also rating him for his work for Stuttgart. I think it sounds like he's just surrounded by a worse team at Stuttgart, so it doesn't go as well. KO apparently supports City. Well, that answers a lot of questions. I'm a very calm person, but fairly blunt. Lol, I was fine over the weekend. I had to watch some of the streams because they were melting down, hyperbolic crying. I think we can recover this. I got on a bad headspace as well as soon as this was all over because it looked like we were in a shambles. But right now, the team we've currently got, all we need is a solid number 6, and it sounds like this guy could be that. And I think we can play well despite the structure being in maybe a bit of a mess. People we've still got Salah who seems to be in playmaker mode this season. We've got Darwin who can score goals. We've got Jota who can score goals. Diaz who will play his heart off. Gakpo who's such a smart footballer. McAllister who's such a smart footballer. Szoboszlai who's going to play his heart out as well. The defence. Virgil looks back to his best now. The captaincy's there. Kanate's a beast. Trent's a genius. Robbo is kind of suffering a little bit, but we're going to talk about that. And Alisson Becker's just a god. A god. So all we need is a decent number 6, and we're in a good position. The sign will also help Stefan Bajcetic by easing the pressure on him. Very true. Yes, I don't think this will stunt Bajcetic because he's going to be, first off, able to learn from Endo, first and foremost. And then secondly, it's by the time Bajcetic has a role in this team consistently, Endo will probably be gone. So I don't think it will do anything to Bajcetic other than help him. Let's pray he plays well for our expectation. Well, the expectation is quite low, actually. We just need someone to be defensive, and right now we've got no one. We don't want to play McAllister as 6 constantly. Let's be honest, we need him higher up the pitch. We don't want to keep putting Gakpo back in the midfield, and we need someone who's defensive. And it sounds like Endo's the guy. If he can do half a good job for now, then that's all we need because we've got no good job. That's unfair on McAllister, but you know what I mean. We want his talents higher up. He is physical as F. He is not an Artur. At 5'10", he was 2.33 aerial duel, 1 per 90. Back the man. He will give 100%, and that's all we need. Short term will assure that midfield minimum. Yeah, I agree, 100%. Sounds like a very good aerial player, and that's something we lack as a team. I said that really early on in the stream. We don't win a lot of balls in the midfield for headers, and if we're thinking about logically, a lot of when we press the defenders, if they clear the ball, then they probably clear it into the midfield. And if we've not got a player that can win the ball from a header, then we probably lose possession. Well, we probably don't. They probably keep possession. With someone who can maybe win headers, we might be able to turn over possession more often and become that more, what was our possession stat against Chelsea? It was shambolic, wasn't it? If we can fix that, then we're making good ground to get back where we were. Thoughts on Endo for the 19 mil euros as Ornstein to be a good price or not or steep for a 30-year-old? Is it? That can't be 19 million euros. Can't be. Oh, it is? Ooh, okay, yeah, that's a bit steep. It's 18 mil euros. What is that? Pounds. 15 mil. I mean, it's a bit steep, but not a lot, right? Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be fine. I think 15 mil in current market is not bad. Most players with any sort of talent or potential are 20 mil right off the bat, even unproven. And it sounds like this guy's proven himself, and he's got bags of experience. Where was I up to? Decore, we should buy him. Agree. 100%. 100% agree. Okay, so Will's replying to who our main rivals are and who the top 4 will be, and he says Man City, Liverpool 2nd, Chelsea 3rd, Arsenal 4th, then Newcastle in 5th, Man United in 6th, and Brighton in 8th, and Villa in 9th. I think I'd maybe tweak some of them around in the order, but I think generally you've got the right teams in there. Villa's one of those dark horses, so they could either do really well or really bad, I think. They got bad in the opening day, didn't they? The high line they're playing with now didn't work. We should buy Decore, isn't it? It isn't. Chelsea with £1 billion will be lucky to get into top 4, not just about spending money. That's very true. The thing is, right? I think I see what your point is, where you can buy all the best players you want. If there's no cohesion in the team, if they're not an actual group, then everyone's just playing for themselves. You do run that risk, but I think they've bought too much for that risk, if you get what I mean. There's too many quality players in that team now for them to not do somewhat well. I think £1 billion, they've got to do top 4. They have to. Anything less than a title race is shambolic, really. The Liverpool sack Klopp if we don't qualify for UCL next season. No, I don't think so. I think Klopp will probably stay till the end of his contract. But I think it will get, the water will get hot for sure. If we don't get UCL, that is. I've lost where I was up to in the chat. By the way, thank you guys for tuning into this. This was actually really fun to do. We just, last minute, because we weren't prepared for this, we just decided to do it live, and it's been a blast. So thank you very much. If you did enjoy the stream, make sure you leave a like on the playback or whatever, and subscribe to our channel, because we're going to do transfer videos, and we're also going to do like match previews and match watch-alongs and stuff like that, highlights. So thanks for the support, guys. Where was I up to? Okay, so Inacio and one of Decore or Sangare, and that's a great rebuild of the window. Klopp at 2.0 gen. I agree. Endo, Decore. To me, I prefer Decore because of the Premier League experience, but he will be more expensive. And Inacio will be fine. Will be great for now. It'll turn a crap window so far into a good one. And I think get Andre in January because I really like Andre. We should go for Nico Barella and Inacio. Anyone agree? I don't think we'll go for Nico Barella. I don't think he's a DM, is he? Isn't he an 8? Isn't he a number 8? Inacio, yes, I agree with, but Barella, I don't think he's a DM. If we gone for 10 mil, only we could get Decore. I think so. I think the thing is, we've let everyone know we've got money, so we can't really start messing about with price and stuff. Get in who you need, save the embarrassment. Fabrizio just tweeted, WATARU Endo to Liverpool, here we go, medicals test booked on Thursday. Japanese midfielder who's signing from Stuttgart for €80 million fee. LFC personal terms agreed in a few hours, as Endo asked Stuttgart captain. Has Endo asked the Stuttgart captain to leave and follow his dream? Exclusive story confirmed. So as I expected, this progressed quick. If that's true, and it looks like it is. Everyone's giving him glowing reviews. Everyone is giving him glowing reviews. And I think he could be the Japanese Milner. But maybe better. We'll have to wait and see. €15 million in this market sounds bad for this kind of player, right? But I don't think it actually is as bad as it sounds. I think in this market, everything's inflated. I mean, Caicedo is not 110 mil. Lavia is not 55 mil. So everything's inflated, and it's thanks to the likes of City and Chelsea and Everton. But what can you do other than sink or swim? Decore for 70 mil and Endo for 19 is 89 mil. Yes, but we have also got some money left over, so let's go and get an Asho. Exactly, a solid 6, the right 6, not Amrabat. People, Will, we're going to have words about Amrabat here. We're going to have words. We're going to have serious words about Amrabat. It's done. Looks like it's done. Let me just get an update for you guys. Medical was booked for tomorrow. He's probably on a player already, Probably couldn't wait. I wonder if we've moved for a cheap option alongside Endo because we know we're going to have to spend big on another. I would say probably. I think so. I think we've got one sort of decent. It's number 6. Fly, go away. We've got one decent number 6 coming in here, and Endo. Well, we've got 2 decent number 6s in Endo by the sounds of it. This has just come from nowhere. It's so surprising. But this is like Liverpool of old. Remember Fabinho's was like this. It was like announced and then reported and then 2 hours later announced. And Jota. Jota's was hidden in the Thiago one. Just more confirmation from Fabrizio that he said that it's a go. And if he's captain, then fair price. Yeah, to be fair, they probably didn't want to lose their captain this late in the window. It's not a great time to be losing your captain, as we know. So 15 mil for Stuttgart captain, Japanese national team captain, and ultimately what sounds like a solid player in this market. Not bad. Not bad at all. Sign Endo, then a solid right back so Trent can move at defensive midfield. We don't need to sign players anyhow. We don't need any panic buy. Couple with Thiago, Doucouré, and Sangare are going on to AFCON. I feel like I've just read about 7 different messages in one. Right back. Yeah, we do need a right back, but I think Gomez can do that for now because not that I say we don't need one and that Gomez is good enough, but we could do with that money elsewhere for the time being. DM and left-sided centre-back is my focus. Endo is one of them, but I think we need another. And left-sided centre-back is desperately needed. I don't think Robbo suits the system very well. So we definitely need to improve that bit there. Because of the age, 19 mil is too much. The thing is, though, we've got to be careful. And I know KO won't do this because he's a little rat, but that's 19 million euros. That's about 15 mil pounds. So 15 mil for 30-year-old club captain, national team captain, and a somewhat versatile player. That's in this market not bad. Poch is a good manager though. Poch is a good manager, but he's also just got the back. Well, yeah, he's got the backing, finance backing now. He didn't have that at Tottenham, did he? Shut up and focus on your club. Stop hallucinating about Chelsea. Nigel, what are you attacking me for? I'm just giving you the facts. You spent $1 billion on your squad. You need to fly fuck off. You need to be title challenged. You spent $1 billion. Top presentation, cop logic. Thanks, Will. Love you. Barella is an 8 to 10. Yeah, we don't need Barella. Put comments on the screen is a good look too. I will have to for the next stream. We didn't really prep this because we didn't expect this to happen. But the next breaking news we do, chat will be somewhere on screen. Barella's more of an 8. Yeah, we don't need Barella. Japanese H Endo. We have Bajcetic. He needs the experience. Can use Wataru alternatively with him. He was unbelievable in World Cup. He was everywhere. Perfect. Yeah, Bajcetic will learn good traits from Wataru by the sounds of it. So, good purchase by the sounds of it. Our main problem after Endo, we only have 1 spot left for a non-homegrown. We are at 16 with Endo. And without counting Doak, we have to play. To have the kid play in Europa, he needs to take a homegrown spot. I don't think Doak does because he's under 20 something. It's 22 or 21. I think Doak for us counts as homegrown. You're right about the other point though. We only have 1 non-homegrown spot left, but we can make a sale maybe and hope for the best. If we've only got 1 homegrown spot left, I'm taking another DM, and my preference would be Doucouré. I'd take Wataru. I'd take Fofana, Sangare, but my preference would be Doucouré. Sangare is defensive. Peter Crouch, he's slow. I don't really like him. Okay, never mind. Perfect timing to read that message. When I compared Fofana, Yusuf Fofana to Sangare in my last video, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Fofana did have the better stats, but I don't know what the trade-off is between the Eredivisie and Ligue 1. I don't know which one's harder, but Fofana had better stats. So if it was between Sangare and Fofana, I'd probably take Fofana. But if it's an option between Doucouré and Fofana, I'm taking Doucouré. The only issue there is he plays at AFCON, but Endo can probably fill him in the meantime. And by Shetic and Thiago and blah, blah, blah. He'll be a best for opposing forwards and attacking midfield. He was great in the World Cup. Yeah, he apparently had a really good World Cup. And for people who want Amrabat, or people, you know, who hate... Oh, no, sorry. For people who hate on Amrabat, it's kind of the same logic. But this guy's 30, so... Barella won't leave Italy. That's true. Yeah, he doesn't like. He had the same sort of thing as Tonali, where he didn't really want to leave Milan, but he was kind of forced to. But Barella doesn't really have any reason to leave. I think, at least by the sounds of it. What do you guys think of Greenwood? Oh God, why did I read that comment? The first player who skins him alive will have my eternal respect. That's what I think. Moving on. James just got off the phone with Taki. He said Endo is a baller and he hates United. So apparently he also said Chelsea have no history. It's all confirmed. You heard it from one of the Cop Logic hosts. It's got to be true. Well, we're not going for Thuram and Kone anymore. Well, Kone stopped because he picked up an injury in the under-21 Euros. So that probably would have stunted any developments for his transfer. Thuram, although he can play defensive mid, isn't naturally a defensive mid. He's more of a centre mid and can play there. And we probably want a specialist in the area, especially because we've already got players like McAllister and Szoboszlai now. But yeah, so there we go. We've had a signing. It's a here we go, a live here we go, our first one. I am Japanese. Endo is just underrated. Actually, he's a very good player and our international captain. Yep. We welcome him with open arms. He will definitely be well respected and loved by Anfield when he plays for us against Bournemouth. He won't be like Minamino. Hey, I liked Minamino. Minamino was good. He was just not given the opportunity enough, I think. But yeah, so there we go. We've had a here we go. Live on air. How long did that take? When was that dropped? It's got to be like 2 hours. Is that a record? How long was Fabinho's? 4 hours. Let me find the first one. Let me see how quick it was for us to sign this player. Do you know what? Loads of people put compilations up. And compilations, although I know they're dangerous because they make any player look good, I am getting hyped. When was the signing? When was it announced? Where was it? It was 8:15. So within 2 hours. Within 2 hours. We signed a player within 2 hours. Taki is my mate, hence the phone call. Yeah, we know Taki. Taki's solid with us. Gonna go meet him in October. We're not, because he's playing in Monaco. Don't know why I said that. He's very passionate. I like players that play for the badge. So do I. That's my preference. If you're a decent player, but you want to play for Liverpool and you'll play your heart off, I think Klopp can take you to the next level anyway. For me, it's mostly about personality. So I think if you're semi-decent and you want to play for the club, I'd take that over like a good player who doesn't want to be here. Because it's also just drama if they don't want to be here, and it's just effort then. Minamino is a solid player too. I was sorry to see him go. I think a lot of fans were. I think unfortunately he suffered from like just being in a team where the front three was impossible to break into. It was the last season before the Firmino, Mane, Salah combination started to dwindle a little bit, but all of them were still good, so it was just impossible for him to break into the team, and obviously he wants to play football, so it was just unfortunate. He's got talent. He played really well against Arsenal in pre-season. As soon as he went on loan to Southampton, he scored against Chelsea. I think he's got a lot of talent, but he's just unlucky. And they was going to sell millions of shirts in Asia. We'll go over and sell them. We're going in. Me and James are going in October. Nice. Tell him we respect him and FA. Yeah, he also won us an FA Cup and League Cup. He was instrumental in those runs. Yeah, absolutely. And there was very good business on the field and off the field. He's selling lots of shirts in Asia. Also, he'll be familiar with Matip because Matip has many Japanese players like Uchida in Germany. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Matip's. Yeah, we got Matip as mates with a few Japanese players. I remember seeing an interview where they did together, or I think Matip crashed the interview. But yeah, it looks like a very decent bit of business. To be fair, not the overall answer, but definitely a step in the right direction after the whole embarrassment of last week. So I'm excited to see him come in, and excited to see him hopefully play on the weekend. But I think maybe, well, I don't know, maybe with being 30 and being experienced and whatever, he might be able to just slot right in. Plus, we've not really got anyone there, so maybe we do play him straight away. It was difficult for Minamino, but he would have played more if he would have played if he didn't move. I think so, because that was when we went into the season, the difficult season, when we could have rotated him in more. But you can't blame a lad for wanting to play football. Our German sporting director came in handy this time. Yeah, we apparently were going to attack the German market, and we got exactly one German market signing, which was Soboslai. But now it's two. And it wasn't a release clause. Jorg's improving. We love him so much at Liverpool. We'd love him. We're gonna absolutely back him. I can guarantee. Anfield, when he comes on, Anfield will love him. I guarantee. None of this like Twitter stuff where people just look at it and go, he's 30, he's finished, blah blah blah. You pay 50. Like Co's perfect example. Don't be a Co. But anyway, I think that's probably gonna wrap us up there. Looks like we've got a player in, lads. Finally, it's took ages, and it was just like that. It was within 2 hours. Can't believe it. But yeah, looks like a decent little bit of business. Looks like a smart signing. Definitely shouldn't be finished here, but we'll have to wait and see. Gives us a little bit of reassurance in that midfield for now anyway. And yeah, looks promising. Endo will be a surprise contender for player of the season. Oh my god, if he is, Will, I'm holding you to that. Will, if you're right, Jesus, you're some mystic. You have to wonder at 30. You have to wonder at 30 and Hansen had a big move. Yeah, but loads of players don't get big moves. When you consider how many players there are in football, in not only Europe, in the world, and how many of them don't play at a top 6 club in any league. There's loads of them. Doesn't mean they're all crap. If he is a DM, that's fine for us for now. Yep, I agree. But anyway, gonna wrap that up there. Got Fabrizio Romano, here we go, and we weren't even prepared for it. Oh my god, I can't. By the way, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but a sneak peek. We've prepped videos for a Lavi, here we go, and a Caicedo, here we go, and they were a waste. We finally got one, and it was unexpected and announced within 2 hours. So shows you how our luck works. But yeah, happy to get this player in, happy to see him play, and welcome to Liverpool Football Club, WATARU Endo. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching the stream. It's been an absolute blast. I'm glad we did it because I was contemplating not doing it, but I thought, you know what we got to lose? Really fun to do. And I'm sure it's settled a lot of people down. It's been great to see a lot of people come in and say how good a player he is. It looks like we've had a lot of Japanese fans come in and also rate him highly for us. And if nothing else, we've probably raised his money back in shirt sales in Asia. So what could go wrong now? But anyway, if you did enjoy the stream, leave a like and subscribe to our channel. We're probably going to do more of these if they come out unannounced. If they are, if there's context to them and we know someone's going to sign, then we'll put a video out. But subscribe to the channel. We've got loads of content that you guys love. And if you want to recommend anything for us, let us know. We'll do anything pretty much. We'll within reason. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys soon, hopefully.